Welcome back to a very special edition of WorkWoman, because I have a special guest on. For those of you who are listening, you don't see the shirt, but for those of you who are watching, you see that I am not exactly in WorkWoman garb. Right now, I have a t-shirt on, crew neck, not my favorite, that says BDE Energy on it, because the one, the only Brandon Dawson is on the WorkWoman podcast. Welcome, Brandon.
Thank you for having me on the WorkWoman podcast. I've always loved jumping on your podcast and co-hosting or participating with you on your podcast.
Is that
thank
because
you for having me
is that
here
just
today.
because you love me? Is that why?
Well, it's true. I mean, in case anybody didn't know, she is my wife, and yes, I not only love her, I absolutely adore her.
Well, there's that. So BDE Energy, also known as BDE, I would just like to share with you the story of why both of Brandon and myself are wearing shirts that say BDE on it. So it was Brandon Dawson's birthday just about a month ago now, and our very creative marketing team and a special someone by the name of Carolina had this interesting idea, one that might have been a fireable offense in other organizations, but was actually, well, caused a little bit of confusion and some laughter in ours, was to have shirts printed that say BDE on them and to give them to Brandon Dawson, because instead of it being what BDE stands for, it's supposed to stand for Brandon Dawson Energy. And
yeah,
so,
well, I mean, hey, look, I don't think there's a problem. I mean, I had to spend the last year with "Let's go, Brandon." So, you know,
BDE.
at the end of the day,
this is when the song should play in the podcast, where it's like
you
BDE.
can play that. But here's the funny thing: I
will
didn't even
insert the
know
song.
anything about
BDE.
any
So
of that.
here he is opening
I
up
was just
his birthday
prideful
present
to wear my shirt, thinking that it meant Brandon Dawson Energy,
Which
because
it
I bring
did.
a lot of energy to the table.
But BDE also, like, I'm not going to just say it, so you
Okay,
can look
look,
up what
do
BDE
we need
stands
to?
for.
I think people can figure it out. Do you need to keep talking about it? This is a.
Yeah,
This,
yeah,
there
but
might be
I'm not-
children listening to this show.
There's no children. What I need to make sure you do, but they need to understand is when you opened up these shirts,
that
as
I'm
your
an idiot
present,
and I didn't know what BDE stood for.
both Brandon and Grant had no idea. They're like, what does this mean? So now
All right.
Brandon is well versed in BDE, and because he has BDE, I would like
Brandon
to interview
Dawson
him.
Energy. I mean, you should ask me, because that's my new personal logo, BDE.
BDE. So, Brandon Dawson, let's just dive into this. Are people born with BDE, or is BDE created?
Well, I mean, you know, I am Brandon Dawson, so
Uh-huh.
no one's born with BDE because there's no other Brandon Dawson Energies. People are born as a Brandon, might even have a D in their name.
I feel like we have to just say what it means.
or-
So what if people don't have any idea what we're talking about right now?
I think when you say BDE,
Okay, BDE stands for energy. I feel like I
You-
just had
you
to like
cannot- no, you cannot
Yeah, I
say
can say
that.
that on my
No.
podcast. It's what we're talking about.
but
So
it's a
what
WorkWoman podcast.
That's fine. I
You
can
cannot-
say
no,
I can
that's
say the
so
word on the
No.
podcast.
No,
Yes,
no,
I
no.
can. So so that's what it stands for. So it's like this thing.
This is so inappropriate.
It
We
is
cannot
not
show this.
inappropriate.
No, I
We're-
am not
we're-
going to participate in a podcast where you use bad language.
Okay, well, fuck that. We're gonna keep moving forward. Are you born with it, or can you create it? If somebody has no confidence, because like BDE means like you have confidence, you have this like swag, you have the ability to just like own a room. And so a lot of people who don't feel like they're born with that, or that they have those qualities, might think, oh, it's just because he's born like that. Do you believe that it's a born thing, or do you believe that
No,
it's
I was born as a kid with a lot of energy. I think that's the one thing is God gave me the gift of having a lot of energy.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Anyhow, so if
Can we
somebody
just transition this for the rest of it? If you think you were talking about confidence, you were born with
I
a
know.
lot of
I'm just having fun with the whole conversation. But I will say this. I will say, if you really want BD energy, if you want what Brandon Dawson Energy is, Brandon Dawson Energy for me is defined as having confidence in my abilities,
Don't touch the mic.
having enthusiasm and excitement about the opportunities, and being so energized every single day when I wake up, because the impact I get to create in the lives of other people makes me so frickin' energized and so excited, and it propels me to want to do more, create more, help more, have more, be more. So for me, that's how I would define my BD energy.
So back to the question, your definition of this is it's a choice. It's not like you're born with it.
You gain that by having confidence over long periods of time based on creating bigger impact. And
so people who don't feel like they have that right now, like, to me, it's the game of confidence. It's the age-old question. If I am not a confident person, if I don't know how to be confident, what is the first step that you take? Because what we're in agreement on is that it's a choice. It's not a born with or not born with thing. It's not like a personality trait. Anybody can have confidence. So in order to gain confidence, for me, it's discipline. It's doing the things that you say that you're going to do that creates confidence in yourself. And then once you've created confidence in yourself, you are then and only then able to do it with other people.
Yeah, they won't follow you or trust you if you can't do it.
For sure.
And this is a mistake a lot of business owners or hierarchical leaders make, is that they think telling people to be enthusiastic and be excited and have more confidence and do more things, they're not an example to that, then people actually go the other direction. They lose energy because they don't believe that they don't believe it. And so the way that you get people to believe it, because most people will only believe it when they actually see it. So if you want people around you to rally around the idea that you can create greater impact, you can make better decisions, you can do more and be more and have more and create more, most people need an example to that.
So true. And being around people, for me at least, being around you, being around Grant, being around Elena, people who are confident in themselves, allows me to have a picture of what that should look like for myself. And as soon as I have a picture of somebody else who feels confident and somebody else who walks in a room and puts their shoulders up and who knows that even if they're nervous or scared that they're going to do it anyway and they're going to gut up to whatever the task is, all of a sudden this picture is created. And so even though you feel this way, you know that somebody else who you look up to also feels the same way. And that allows you to gain confidence in yourself because you don't think that it's just you.
Well, and you think about like Michael Phelps, when he shattered everybody's records for the Olympics. Is it harder to come back and shatter your own records, or is it easier to beat somebody else's? I think it's easier once there's an established record. You start putting all your energy into beating it. So you start timing yourself. You start changing up your routine. But once you do that, now you got to try to beat yourself. There's no other example to do it. And the reason I bring that up is because once there's an established idea or principle or result, other people can be like, oh, I believe it can be done. But I think for a lot of people, if they're not looking for that, or if they're not searching for it, or if they're not being pushed to it, not based on somebody else's agenda, but like I tell all the employees that we have, I'm not a boss, I'm a coach. Like my job is to stretch. John Maxwell talks about stretching your rubber band. And I think BD Energy, man, that's going to stretch your rubber band, because I believe in people. I believe they have the ability to do it. I believe they can pursue their personal, professional, financial goals. I believe they can accomplish things that other people tell them maybe is not accomplishable. And so the energy that people talk about with me is the enthusiasm, excitement, and fundamental belief structure that if you put the energy behind it, you're going to achieve it. And then when you do that, you're going to be an example to so many other people that it'll be contagious. They'll want to do it as well.
So I've often heard that the only competition that you should be having is the competition with yourself. You shouldn't compete with other people. And yet what I know about, like, I agree with that in principle, and I am very competitive with myself. I know you are competitive with yourself and you want to train yourself to do certain things. However, I also believe that these examples of other people and using other people as fuel and as motivation with your own competition that you're having, it's still with yourself. But do you agree with there's no competition besides yourself, or that there should be competition and that's what creates energy for you to go push yourself further? Because it's Michael Phelps thing.
So I have a variation. I do have a belief there's no competition, because if there is, I'm going to beat it.
Unless we're talking about the workout that we did this morning, hang on. I won in direct competition with you.
I just want to make sure we raced 3 times and you won the last one.
The last one's the only one that matters.
And well, the first 2 I felt so horrible, I had to kind of slack up on the last one.
That's not true. You
it isn't true. You beat me.
I did beat you.
I am
freaking gassed you.
You gassed me. So look, here's the thing though.
What's the thing? Why are you holding the mic like that?
The thing, I'm moving it down because it feels like it's
Just
in my
like
way.
BDE energy.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You have to laugh. You have to laugh at that.
Here's the thing. This is the truth.
Okay,
If
let's
everyone
hit-
on your show, you have
hit us with the
hundreds
truth.
of thousands, if not millions, of listeners are going to hear this. So it's important for me to say it the right way. I let you win. So,
What? This is a lie. What? No.
Listen.
You did not let me win. I just need you to say, I did not let you win.
I did not let you win. Okay, so I said it. Now you're happy. So look here.
Did you let me win?
No, I was going to, and then I actually got gassed and couldn't catch up with you, and then I got demoralized, so I quit. So it was a process. So here's the thing. I don't believe that you should compete with other people. I think if somebody is accomplishing a target that you want to accomplish, instead of competing with them, you should be model and mimicking what they did so you can achieve it and then beat it. So don't compete with it, beat it. Mm-hmm. So
And
when
then
I
you
wanted
get the
my net worth to
confidence-
be 100 million or 50 million, and then I got it to 75, and then all of a sudden, like, why am I trying to get to 50? I got to 75, so now I'm going to go to 100. So I go to 100, and then I'm like, okay, I'm at 100. Why am I comparing myself to people? Why am I saying I did better than the people I knew at 50? I'm like, I want to be worth $500 million. So go find somebody worth $500 million and learn what they did and become worth $500 million.
But this whole, like, it's the chicken or the egg. Do you get the confidence once you achieve the goal to then go out for the next goal? Or do you get the confidence so that you're able to achieve the goal?
No. So confidence comes after accomplishment. So
Confidence comes
after accomplishment. So this is the structural problem with most people is they don't understand how to build their confidence over time. So they state a goal, fail at it, lose their confidence. So I'll give you an example. If I say I want to be worth $100 million, that's my target. Then I know that to get to 100 million, I first have to get to 10. And so to get to 10 million, I also know to get to 10, I need to get to 1 million. And then I know to get to 1 million, I need to get to 100,000. So instead of saying, I'm going to be worth 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, and then, oh my God, I'm not getting there, I'm lost, I don't know how to get there. I go, I'm going to be worth 100 million, but my first target is 100,000. And I'm going to go find a way to start making $100,000. Now, all of a sudden I start making $100,000. I'm like, I set that target. I hit that target.
You have a little confidence.
Now my confidence is going up that I can set targets, find a way to hit targets, and I'm proud I got there. Now I don't stop there and go like, oh my gosh, I got here, so I've arrived. I'm like, okay, I got to 100. Now I'm going to 1 million. So now I'm going to go push myself. I'm going to study other people. I'm going to try to figure out what I can do professionally, what impact I can create, what kind of value I can create. And all of a sudden I start doing that. And then let's say 3 years, 4 years, 5 years later, boom, I hit $1 million. Now my confidence is greater than when I used to dream about getting to 100 million, knowing I had to get to 100,000. And so now I got to the 100,000. I stayed it. Now what happens with the people around me when I'm sitting there telling them one day I'm going to be worth $100 million, and they're like, oh, you're too dumb. You didn't barely made it out of school, and what do you know? And then all of a sudden I go, but I know I'm not going to get to 100 million unless I get to 100,000. And then I go tell somebody 2 years later, I hit 100,000. I'm making 100,000. They're like, well, you said you're going to do it. Good for you. And then imagine if I say now my next target is 1 million. My goal is 100 million, but I know I'll never get to 100 million until I get to 1 million. At least the people hearing me too, it takes some of their fuel to try to undermine me because they're like, okay, well, he's not being entirely unreasonable. And he did set a target. He hit a target. So now I'm worth 1 million.
But I don't
so
feel like
does
you're
my
telling.
Now, hang on a second.
But hold on. But
If
I
hit
have
$1
a question
million-
along. I know, I got you. But
all right.
I don't feel like the person who is going from 0 to 100,000 that really has the aspiration for 100 million is verbalizing this to anybody along the way.
No,
'cause
that's
you
the
don't
problem.
have
You need to
confidence.
verbalize it to yourself, and you need to put a strategy around it.
So this
and
is
need
you
set
talking
your
to
targets.
yourself.
Yeah, this is like
So it's
now
like
you
the
could
self.
be sitting.
It's like the self-doubt that you have. You're just like talking.
Yeah,
back and
so
forth.
you're never going to
Bad
convince it.
BDE versus BDE.
100. So now you're on it. BDE energy. So
No, the E stands for energy.
I know BDE energy.
Yeah.
So BDE. So now first, I can promise you something. If you're not convinced in your mind, then anybody you are talking to ain't going to be
But
convinced.
that's the problem. If I'm not convinced in my mind, this is the chicken or the egg thing. We're back to my question.
So here's what happens. If I say I want to be worth 100 million, but I know I got to get to 10 million to get to 100, and I know before I get to 10, I got to get to a million, and before I get to a million, 100,000. And today maybe I'm sitting there and I'm not doing anything, and I'm just like thinking this in my mind. I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? Well, to get to 100,000, I got to get to 10,000. So now my game is how fast can I get to where I make 10,000?
So the speed in which you attack these things is also very important.
And it increases your confidence. And so now I'm going to go ask people, hey, how do I make $10,000? How do I make $10,000 a month? How do I make, and they tell me, and I go do it. Is my confidence higher or lower about getting to 100 grand? It goes up. Now say I keep doing that game and I keep asking, I keep practicing, I keep doing it. I get to 1 million. Now all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I cannot believe it. And everyone around me wouldn't have thought I would have got to 100,000. They certainly wouldn't have thought I got to 1 million. So now they're got to be questioning, man, is he actually going to do it? So as a me leader, programming yourself and executing and accomplishing your goals, you increase your confidence over long periods of time with success. You also decrease it if you're not committed to the success and you give up and you fail, then you lose confidence. Building anything is an entire game of confidence, and you have to have the resilience for your own, and then everyone around you will see your results, and then they'll believe it after they see it. So trying to convince people you're going to do something without putting the energy, effort, or goals into it, and then trying to pursue it, it ain't ever going to happen.
I'm going to make this statement, and it's a bold statement. I'm going to say that it should be on everybody's bucket list to have BDE. Should be on everyone's bucket list. This should not be something that we're like, oh, these people have it or these people don't have it, or because I'm equating it with confidence, because
100%.
when somebody has that, it's like it is a confidence game, and there's no reason on this planet in 2022 that people don't have access to the resources, the education, the ability to think bigger, to dream bigger, and to, through the internet, learn the skills that they need to do what you're talking about and become proficient in areas that they currently aren't, so that they can start learning how to make more money, so that they can start to build this confidence and then be able to translate all of that to other people.
I got 3 podcasts of people whose families came here from other countries fleeing being almost killed. In one case, the parents were killed, that make $400,000 to having $20 million businesses right now. And they came over here sleeping in bedrooms with 12 siblings with no money, no shoes, no nothing, not speaking the language. Silva's came over here from, I think it was Colombia or something, or they came here from, what country did they come over here from?
I'm not
Brazil.
sure. Brazil.
So Silva's came over here from Brazil in 2006. We have a business doing $35 million this year.
Let's go.
They didn't even have driver's licenses and stuff. So look,
are you plugging the B. Dawson show right now? Was that a
No,
subtle B. Dawson plug?
I think
say yes. It was.
What,
It's okay.
A plug for the B.
You
Dawson
just
show. I would
plugged.
not come on your show and talk about the B. Dawson show. I think.
But you did.
No, look. If people.
No, look.
I'm not going to talk about the B. Dawson show.
Let me see the face. You're about to smile.
The B. Dawson show only features entrepreneurs, successful people that are crushing it in life, and gives the secrets and the tips on how to exactly do that. So that's for the B. Dawson show. I would not come on your show and talk about the B. Dawson show. But if you want to know how if you want to know how BDE Energy works, people could accidentally stumble on the B. Dawson show.
Listen, I'm here for it. I'm all for you promoting the B. Dawson show. I was just trying to see if you would cop to the promotion.
Is that, in fact, let me ask the camera guy, is it called the B. Dawson show?
Yes.
So it is the B. Dawson show. It's not my at Brandon M. Dawson on my Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
So my Instagram is what? At Brandon M. Dawson, at the @ sign, Brandon M. I'm new to all this stuff, social media and everything.
What about TikTok? Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I think it's Brandon Dawson, but I could be wrong. I'm just saying.
He's in
I don't want to
full
confuse.
promotion mode
I don't
right
want to
now.
confuse the B. Dawson show on iTunes or on YouTube with at Brandon M. Dawson, which would be my
normally
my
I ask
Instagram.
guests on the end of the show where they can find you.
But I haven't even talked about my show. So I'm here to talk about your shows.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure people aren't confused.
Can you just let the people who are listening to the audio maybe know that this is like a joke? Just be like, because obviously people in the camera can see that you look ridiculous right now.
I think anybody that was listening to me not talking about the B. Dawson show or at Brandon M. Dawson knows.
I don't know. You're very dry today. There's a very dry sense of humor going on right now.
I've got BD energy going on. How
There
can I?
you
I have
go.
to be serious. I have to be serious because BD energy is always serious. You can't have BD energy not being serious.
Well, you're not serious
it
right
is
now
a serious
because
thing.
you're just joking. You're just like being a goofy goofball.
I love being on your show. You know what? I love
See,
you
every
more
time,
than being on your show.
every time you come on the show, you're so happy to be on the show. Look at this smile.
That's
Like you don't
true.
smile any other time.
That's
just
because
like
you're
this.
so amazing. I mean, first of all, anybody listening to this is like, oh, they're married. She's remarkable. You watch her show. Obviously, you're not spending time on my show, the B. Dawson
When
Show.
was the last time you invited me on the B. Dawson Show?
Well, the B. Dawson Show is for serious entrepreneurs that are crushing it.
Well,
and
excuse me?
and you're an operator.
And?
So well, you are crushing it. You're killing it.
That's
you're
right.
absolutely remarkable.
That's right.
Everyone,
I would like an invite.
anyone should listen to you. I will. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm not here to promote my show, but I will put you on the B. Dawson Show.
Okay. That's so nice of you. I'll have my people talk to your people about
Great.
getting this scheduled.
Or you could hit me up at Brandon M. Dawson
my
on my
gosh.
Instagram and schedule that appointment.
So I think it would be awesome for people who might just be learning about us for the first time. This might be their first show to understand where they could get all of this BD. Can I add ND energy into it? All of this that's on this podcast,
Yeah.
live and in person. And we have a business boot camp,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
Yeah.
our favorite event.
In Miami, Florida, there'll be over 1,000 people there. It'll probably be somewhere between 1 and 1,500 people, and it's not just BD Energy. It is GC Inc. Energy.
Extravaganza.
It's Grant
It's 10X
Cardone,
everything.
10X Energy, with all our leaders from all around the companies, talking about how we are setting goals, accomplishing our money goals, accomplishing our people goals, accomplishing our business goals, accomplishing our professional goals. And it's just 3 amazing days featuring real life people doing it in real time, using examples of the most recent successes our clients are having and hearing from some of them. It's a magical 3 days. And so it's the 10X Business Bootcamp. It's going to be in July. It's going to be in Aventura, Florida, which is just a little suburb outside of Miami, Florida.
It's like 15 minutes away.
15 minutes away. And
You
I'm
can
certain
check
you're going to
out
put the information
the
in.
business bootcamp at cardoventures.com/bootcamp. That is cardoventures.com/bootcamp. At the bootcamp, we break down sales, we break down money mindset, we break down people,
Marketing.
and marketing, and
Operations.
but what's the S word? Scaling.
Oh, yeah. Scaling, leadership. Sorry, I wasn't sure where you're going with
The S word.
yeah.
What did you think I was gonna say?
I wasn't sure. We've been getting on this BD energy thing. So I whenever you throw a word out, I'm uncertain as to what meaning is behind the word.
That's okay. No other curveballs are coming your way. It was
Awesome,
just the S
awesome,
word
awesome.
is scaling.
So I do want to make this comment. Is
Oh, are you gonna ask me a question?
That had you guys not told me what BD Energy stood for, and you asked
It's
me just
BDE.
to, BDE, if you asked me to wear this shirt, you almost could have got away with making me wear this shirt, thinking this was entirely different than what it was, and not knowing, because my mind doesn't go to those places.
That's really nice. I think you're a liar. I also think you might have turned on the radio at some point.
Yeah, but I don't
and
even
heard
know
a
what song that is.
Anything else you would like to share with
all
of the guests who are
yeah.
listening to WorkWoman, who might be experiencing you for the first time?
First of all, I am committed to letting everybody know I am a really, really good husband. And I want everybody to know how much I absolutely adore, cherish, honor, and respect what an amazing human being you are.
Why do you end every podcast with this?
Because it's true. And I say it every time because it's true.
Okay, that's so sweet. I really appreciate it. I agree.
People are very lucky that you're so committed to producing all this content. Sometimes I'll be sitting there doing something and I'll flip open my Instagram or my TikTok, and then boom, there is Natalie actually spitting fire on a subject that will change somebody's life. And I'm just like, I'm so proud of her.
Oh, thanks, babe. Well, we're on a mission. We're committed to going somewhere. I'm trying to get you a little motivation and inspiration to create more content, because the world could use some more BDE. You like how I did that? That was pretty good.
That was awesome.
With that, guys, we would love to meet you in person. We would love to see you in person. We are here to impact the lives of business owners around the globe. It is what our passion is. It is why we create this content on a Saturday afternoon, because we're committed to you and to your success and to getting you the resources, the learnings, the tools that you need. The Business Bootcamp is the perfect place to start with us. If you go to cardoventures.com/bootcamp, we would love to see you there, give you a hug, and welcome you into the 10X community. With that, appreciate you guys. Cannot wait to see you on the next episode of WorkWoman.